Hampshire Democrats, please welcome to the stage Senator Gary Hart to introduce U.S. Senator Michael Bennet.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, New Hampshire. It's great to be back after too many years. I'm honored to be here, and I'm deeply honored to introduce my candidate for the presidency of the United States. The next president, the job gets harder every day. He or she will have to undertake a massive renovation of a country being torn apart at the seams. The next president will have to restore a bipartisan environmental order, including fighting climate change, reverse the privatization of our natural resources, strengthen our public school system, build a national health care system on the foundation of the Affordable Care Act, and rebuild our national infrastructure. A new Democratic president must also rebuild the 75-year-old alliances that have made us more secure internationally, regulated fair trade, and begun the protection of our global climate. Michael Bennet has the intelligence, experience, and judgment to put our nation back on the track at home and abroad. In a shrinking world bringing us all closer together, there is no room for racial hatred, jailing immigrant children, breaking up families, and gleefully destroying our climate. These are no longer political issues, they are moral issues. We're blessed with some strong leaders in this nomination contest, but Colorado Senator stands out. He has more than his share of intellectual resources and a lifetime of public service. Michael Bennet is the soul of integrity and will restore dignity and respect so badly lacking in the White House today, and restore our nation's honor in the world. A number of years ago, the voters of this state provided an opportunity for a young Colorado senator to build a national campaign. You have the chance now to do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, United States Senator Michael Bennet.
Let's hear it for Gary Hart. A round of applause for everything he's done for our country. Thank you. Thank you. I'm Michael Bennet. In New Hampshire, we gather at one of history's turning points when we must decide who we are and where we're going as a country. We aren't the first Americans to do so. 2 generations ago, in the crisis years of the Civil Rights Movement, racism and division racked our country. It would have been easy to answer with hopelessness or cynicism. Instead, James Baldwin called on Americans to do their duty. "Everything now is in our hands," he wrote. "We have no right to assume otherwise." Everything is in our hands, but Democrats, we face a choice about the direction of our party and our commitment to winning a majority to define the future of our country. A choice between galvanizing Twitter in the short term or serving our real base in the long run. Teachers, nurses, students, firefighters, and working people who need Democrats to do more than just beat Donald Trump. When most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, who need us to ensure their hard work leads to better lives for their families. I'm running for president because the best way for Democrats to take hold of our future is to beat Donald Trump, demolish the Freedom Caucus for being the unpatriotic extremists that they are, and come together as a new American majority to overpower Mitch McConnell's greedy politics of obstruction. Everyone here knows America can't afford 10 years of Washington do-nothingism. Do nothing but pass tax cuts for rich people. Do nothing but put unqualified judges on the bench. Do nothing but rack up our nation's debt. Our kids can't afford to waste 3 days on whether Donald Trump should buy Greenland, or years on whether to build a wall that Mexico was supposed to pay for. Not when China is building 3,500 miles of fiber optic cable from Latin America to Africa and then connecting it to China while our infrastructure wastes away. And if we're going to put Washington back to work, we can't just win the White House, New Hampshire. We need to win the Senate, and we need to hold on to the House as well. We need to win races in purple states and even in red states if we're going to do that, New Hampshire. And in my view, rather than spending the next 10 years fighting a losing battle to ban private insurance, we can win on a forward-looking Democratic agenda, a 21st century economy that works for everyone, that rolls back the Trump tax cuts, builds infrastructure, and rewards hard work with opportunity. An education agenda that focuses on what really counts. Take it from someone who actually was a school superintendent. It's free preschool for every kid in America who needs it, and that's every kid in America. And high schools that prepare 70% of the kids who don't go to college so that they can earn a living wage, not just the minimum wage, when they graduate from high school. That would transform the lives of millions of Americans in this country. A public option that creates choice, lowers costs, and covers everyone within 3 years without taking health care away from millions of Americans or raising taxes. An urgent answer to climate change that is more than empty promises, endures beyond one election cycle, and provides generational certainty to our kids and our planet. And like my friend Gary Hart would do, a commitment to restore our international alliances and secure democracy in service of a peaceful world. This agenda can unite Democrats in New Hampshire and across the country and win back some of the 9 million voters who supported Barack Obama twice and voted for Donald Trump the last time. I know something about winning a purple state. Even when Trump was winning nationally, I was winning in Colorado. It is tough, but if you have an agenda that unites people, you can do it, and we can do it. There are no shortcuts. We have to build a broad coalition of Americans to secure our future and save our democracy. That's why I'm running for president. You have a special role to play in this, New Hampshire, and that's why I'm asking for your support. If previous generations could stand up for equal rights and sit in for civil rights, then we can rise to our generation's challenge. We can overcome a broken Washington. We can demand a new American dream that's worthy of our children. Everything is in our hands, New Hampshire. Thanks for having me here today. Thank you for your leadership. I ask for your support. Go to michaelbennet.com, and I'll be seeing you in your neighborhood, in your business, in your community. We can win in New Hampshire. We can win in Iowa, and we can beat Donald Trump. Thanks for having me here today. Thank you.